Well, as we saw, the broccoli picking's underway at Andrew Jackwitz's place. Within hours, it'll be on its way to markets and to supermarkets across Australia and even overseas. That supply chain, the logistics that support it and the complete range of issues affecting vegetable production were on the agenda at this week's AUSVEG National Convention in Brisbane. Peter Lewis caught up with AUSVEG Chairman and South East Queensland carrot grower John Brent.
AUSVEG, representing 9,000 veggie and potato growers, national convention, very successful, the biggest ever held. How fantastic is that? And to get together here in what we used to know as sunny Queensland is even better.
Well, the horticulture industry took a big hit in those natural disasters. How is the recovery progressing?
What a hit for Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and Tassie growers particularly. Growers are fairly resilient. They need understanding of the issues, and I think the community has rallied very well to understand that there are peaks and troughs in vegetable production, and there are issues that we as consumers need to understand, and that is we need to pay a little bit more for product from time to time. However, gone well, going better, tough environment, resilient growers.
Conference delegates spent a bit of time down at the fruit and vegetable markets here in Brisbane this week during their visit. How are the supply lines, the logistics being restored? It's obviously taken a little bit longer than just replanting.
And Peter, it's still happening, long process, but it's about partnerships, vertical integration from grower through to the chains, through to the wholesale agents. And if we work together cooperatively, obviously we can achieve great results. This is an industry that is now shaping up to be the biggest industry, even ahead of beef. And it says something about what capacity we have moving forward.
Now, at that time, some commentators suggested that perhaps imports could fill the shortfall. So how did that go down with the industry?
Yes, it could be described in the vernacular, but I'd have to say, what an idiotic statement to make. At a time when Australia is seen as clean and green, and we see the opportunity to let some gear flood in that could have all sorts of repercussions. Biosecurity is very important to the vegetable industry, and to that extent there's been a lot of commentary around the potato industry in more recent times. Those sorts of comments are really comments that shouldn't be made by intelligent people.
Now, I know there's a particular sensitivity at the moment about potential potato imports from New Zealand.
Yeah, and biosecurity, Australia needs to look very carefully at these important issues. I think they need to understand the Australian industry and understand the type of country we have here and the risks that there are, particularly currently, to the importation of potatoes from New Zealand. A zebra chip, a real matter of concern. And it is also about testing product coming into the country. There is a very, very small percentage of product, irrespective of what type of product it is, that is tested, and it already poses risks on product that we know is now flooding into the country, and the statistics are rising as to the percentage of vegetables imported.
Is it just a matter of price? Are the imports just that much cheaper?
For the consumer, it's a mix of two issues. It's about price, it's about quality, and there's a balance somewhere in there. But we need to be very wary of product that is on the shelves. Australian grown, pretty clear when it comes to vegetables, and I think people are choosing to purchase Australian grown, not irrespective of price, but if it's fair value. Our public affairs unit at AUSVEG, we've been very much on the front foot, and we have a great deal more work to do in that area. We've been advocating to the people in Canberra, all colours, all flavours, and talking to them about country of origin, labelling, and talking about the advantages of ensuring that product coming into this country is acceptable for our Australian population.
There's been a very robust debate about providing fair prices for primary producers and growers across a whole range of commodities. Vegetable producers, are they in the same game, and are they getting a fair shake from the major supermarkets?
I think that is a question that, depending on who you ask, as to what the answer would be. But I noted in a week or two gone by a Senate inquiry into supermarket pricing of a number of products, obviously based around milk at this time. But let's not have a cancerous disease spread through the industry from milk to jams to vegetables.
John Brent, thanks for joining us on Landline.
My pleasure.